Hi everyone, welcome to Awaken into Love. It is the place to be if you're looking for wisdom, support, education, compassion, and an incredible community of people from all around the world who experience the same exact thoughts and feelings as you. Relationship OCD. Today I'm going to be talking to you all about the idea of cheating and also attraction when one has ROCD. I'm going to be diving into all of that today. I'm going to be talking about unawakened beliefs that can come along the lines of attraction and cheating. I'm going to be talking about how it can flip. And then I'm going to be moving into why we are afraid of finding freedom from ROCD, especially around the idea of cheating and attraction, and how to awaken from that, how to use this as an opportunity to awaken, not only within ourselves, but also in our relationship. So I got a lot of DMs, a lot of messages, a lot of questions around the idea of cheating and experiencing RCD. And let me tell you that there's a lot of guilt, there's a lot of shame that a lot of people who have these intrusive thoughts feel. They feel as though they are a bad person. They feel as though having the images and thoughts of cheating is equivalent to cheating. They feel as though they are hyper responsible for their partner's happiness. They feel as though having the thoughts of cheating means that they are a bad person, means that they are unworthy. I've got some people messaging me saying, "Hey Kiyomi, I've been wanting for you to talk about this topic for a really long time, but I haven't been messaging you because I've been feeling so guilty that I feel this way." Hey, if you're due, Yana, you're not alone. This is exactly why I'm doing this topic, because this was a very highly requested topic. So the first thing I want you to do right now is just to pause. I'm going to be asking you a question, and I just want you to just take time and listen to my questions that I ask you and see if they resonate with you. See if you've heard these statements somewhere before, and see if you hold on to these stories within yourself as well. Have you ever heard the phrase or thought the phrase, "If I'm attracted to another person, then that means that I don't love my partner. If I find another person attractive, then that means I have to leave my partner. If I have images of cheating on my partner or cheating with another person, then that means that I'm in the wrong relationship. If I have images or thoughts of cheating, that means I'm a bad person and that there's something wrong with me. If I have thoughts of cheating, or if I find another person attractive, then I must confess that to my partner because it means that I am wrong. It means that I am bad. It means that I shouldn't be feeling this way. If I've had a false memory of cheating, or if I thought I did cheat in the past, then that means that I've cheated. If I find another person really attractive, hot, or sexy, or I want them, then that means that there's something wrong with my relationship." Now, after I said all those sentences, really ask yourself if any of those resonated with you. Pause, think about it. Did any of those resonate with you? Have you ever thought to yourself those specific stories? Have you ever heard those specific stories from somewhere else? Or maybe they were similar to those sentences. Maybe not exactly the same, but similar. If you said yes, then ask yourself, where did you hear that story from? Where do these opinions come from? Because at the end of the day, they are opinions. Most likely they've come from maybe movies you've seen, Hollywood movies. Maybe you heard from friends. Maybe you've seen it in like TMZ. Maybe you've seen it in a magazine all about celebrities and how they should be and how you should be. But these at the end of the day are opinions. These are stories. And what we do as being human, unless we awaken and question these beliefs, is that we hear these stories and we pick them up. We carry them. And then over time, these stories weigh us down. They weigh us down because they conflict between one part of ourselves and another part. The second part being stories from other people that we hold on to until we awaken and question them. These stories feel as though they're conflicting in some way. I find another person attractive, that means I need to leave my partner. I had an image of cheating, that means I need to leave my partner. And how much suffering that can cause a human being. The amazing thing about being human and about awakening into love is that we get to question these stories that we're told. We get to question these beliefs. We get to question these opinions. And we get to say to ourselves, I don't want to carry that anymore. Easier said than done. But we have the ability to ask ourselves why we hold on to these stories, if they're serving us, where they've come from, how they've protected us, how we're going to awaken and start to let them go. Now with cheating, these are the most common unawakened beliefs that I see all the time with clients and course members. First unawakened belief: it is wrong for me to find others attractive. The awakened belief comes in. We get to question these stories. An awakened belief says, it's human for me to find other people attractive. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with me, because then to be human would be to be wrong. It's human to find other people attractive. Another unawakened belief: if I love my partner and if I am worthy of their love, then I shouldn't find another person attractive or fantasize about them. Notice how a lot of these statements are very black or white and catastrophic. It's almost as though if we have one thought, then that means this. And this result is something that I don't want. So I'm going to start obsessing about it. When in turn we can awaken and go, I am worthy. I'm worthy of love, and I am enough, no matter what type of thought or image or sensation I experience. I am still worthy of love. It is also human to find other people attractive and to fantasize. Finding other people attractive or even having the thoughts of attraction does not define my worth. It does not define who I am as a human being. And I am still worthy throughout it all. A third unawakened belief, which is very common even alongside of cheating, is this unawakened belief that says, I am responsible for my partner's happiness. If I think other people are attractive, then I'll hurt my partner, and that is my responsibility. An awakened belief says, I am not responsible for my partner's happiness or my partner's emotions. You're actually responsible for that. Just pause for a moment. Notice how that feels within you. Maybe you feel resistance. Maybe you feel fear. Maybe you feel confusion. Or maybe you feel freedom. Your partner is an adult. And they, at the end of the day, are responsible for their feelings and their happiness. That doesn't mean to say that a person goes to cheat and a person goes to willingly hurt their partner and won't hurt their partner. No, it just means at the end of the day, our partners are responsible for their own happiness. And that is not your responsibility. Just like you are responsible for your own happiness. And that's not your partner's responsibility. Unawakened belief number 4, if I have a thought of falling in love with a person or falling in love with a person, then I'll end up cheating. This is basically this unawakened belief that we don't have power, that we are powerless, that we are disempowered, that we don't have a choice, that we cannot trust ourselves. And this lack of trust can stem from childhood. This lack of empowerment can stem from childhood. But let's use this opportunity to start to awaken into trusting ourselves. Listen, at the end of the day, we have choice. We have a choice. We have power. We have the ability to take action toward doing actions that we feel are in line with our values, that are in line with ourself. We can't just magically, unwillingly cheat and be with another person as though we have a spell taken over us. That's maybe something that you heard from Hollywood, or maybe saw something from a Hollywood movie. Whatever it may be, you have power. And at the end of the day, you have a choice. Number 5, I fear that I will lose control and I'll end up cheating, which makes me a bad person. Again, this is very similar to the last unawakened belief that I just brought up, which is that you still have power. You are so empowered. You have the ability to make different decisions. And no matter what, you are still a good, worthy being. You are not bad. When we start to let go of this fear of needing control, we realize that we have power, that we have the power of choice all along. Your feelings and thoughts do not dictate your actions. Number 6, if I think about cheating, if I had the image of cheating, or if I have a false memory of cheating, that means that I cheated. Now, a lot of times with my clients and course members, I will ask them, okay, from a scale of 1 to 10, what is cheating, what is not? How bad is cheating? They would say 10. Doing the action of cheating is cheating. That's a 10. And I will say to them now, okay, from a scale of 1 to 10, the thought of cheating, or having an image of cheating, how bad is that on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being actually making out with the person, having sex with the person, having an affair. How bad is just the simple thought that you didn't choose? They will most likely say 1, or it's a low number. Remember that the thoughts and feelings that we have as humans don't mean that we're bad. They're just thoughts and feelings at the end of the day, and they don't equal the actions that we take in our life. Last one, being afraid of cheating or having images that I'm cheating means that I'm a bad person. Now, this is really similar to the last one, but I do want to say something in regards to this. OCD will make the cheating and make attraction a lot more intense than it actually is. Why? Because we fixate and put all of our attention and energy into cheating, into attraction, which actually brings up bodily sensations of feeling attractive, nervous, feeling as though we want to be with that person because we're putting so much energy and focus into it. Anxiety's job is to keep us small, is to keep us protective, it's to keep us in survival. Once we start to notice that, once we start to know that, then we recognize that this was anxiety's job all along. And it makes sense as to why we feel such heightened sensations and heightened feelings and more intrusive thoughts when we become fearful of having those specific thoughts and feelings. Now, for many people who have done this work and many people that we work with, they have said that in some way, shape, or form, that the fear of them cheating has spiraled and flipped onto the fear of their partner cheating. Now, this is not uncommon in any way because the root is still the same, which is typically the fear of losing control, the fear of uncertainty, the fear of losing partner, the fear of abandonment. For a lot of people who have this specific switch, in many cases, it has to do with an attachment style that's coming up, an anxious attachment style. It could also be with the idea that someone in the past hurt them, someone in the past broke their trust, or they had a parent who ended up having an affair or cheated. So that has made the individual become more hyper aware and sensitive to their environment, which has made them more obsessive around what their partner is doing. Remember that the anxiety is still the same. We're still working with the same anxiety, the same fear of losing control, the same fear of uncertainty, the same fear of losing our partner. And just recognize again where these stories come from. Become curious, because in so many ways with this work, with our OCD, it is really our trauma, it is really our wounds that are keeping us stuck in the loop, that are keeping us stuck in the idea of needing to control in order to find certainty. As we move into doing this work, as we move into awaken into love, as we move into awakening into love, we recognize resistance. Now that this is not only with the idea of cheating, but just in general. But with the idea of cheating, the reason as to why people hold so hard onto obsessive thinking and anxiety is because they fear that if they let go of the obsessive thinking, if they let go of the compulsions, that they will in some way end up hurting their partner, cheat, or leave their partner. We need to recognize the protective mechanisms that come up when we start to heal, which is that for a lot of people, for most people, healing is terrifying. Awakening into love is terrifying because it means we are starting to let go of the unawakened parts of ourselves, of the parts that have protected us, of the parts that have kept us in survival since we were young. And when I mean young, I mean the obsessive thinking, the compulsion. So the fear of freedom, the fear of moving in and letting go of the beliefs can feel really threatening, especially when people have this false idea that if they let go, it means they have no control. Idea that they have no power or choice. Remember, this is false. This is anxiety's way to keep you small. At the end of the day, you are a powerful being who has the ability to choose, who has the ability to take different actions, to take them into a more awakened state of love. You are worthy, you are deserving, you are loved, you are enough. No matter how you are thinking, no matter how you are feeling, no matter what images pop into your brain, you are still so worthy of love. And that's the really important thing as we move into this awakened state of love, as we bring radical compassion to ourselves for just being freaking human. For starting to question our belief and our stories to say, do I want to keep this in my life anymore? It's creating a lot of cognitive dissonance, and it's really keeping me in this discomfort by starting to awaken into our beliefs, awaken back into ourselves, awaken back into our wholeness, awaken back into choosing the loving actions for ourselves and also our partner. And then starting gradually, because this path isn't a waking up and I'm free from ROCD, waking up and I'm free from anxiety, waking up and I'm free from depression. This path is a gradual awakening where at the end you get to a place where you go, I haven't thought of ROCD for a while. I don't even remember what it's like. That's it for today's video, everyone. I hope that was helpful for you. It was all on cheating, but I do feel as though this video is relevant in many different ways because it is the path toward awakening. If you're new, feel free to download the free RCD checklist. You can find that at awakenintolove.com and click free RCD checklist at the top. If you are wanting freedom from RCD, if you're like, I'm sick of RCD, I'm done with RCD, I don't want this anymore, and you want to be around people who understand, and you want mentors who get it, who have been through it, who can take you by the hand and say, I got you. Let's free yourself from RCD. And if you want to be with a community, over 400 people from all over around the world who experience the same exact thoughts and obsessions and fears as you, that are not feeding into your compulsions, and you're wanting support to know that, Yana, you're not alone, then join us at the RSD course and community at the top. Go to awakenintolove.com, click the RSD course and community, and we will see you in the Awakening into Love community. I also want to say that the whole blog post on this topic is at awakenintolove.com. So if you're more of a reader and not much of a watcher, if you don't really like to watch videos, then go to awakenintolove.com, click the blog post, go down to What If I Cheat? And you'll find all of this information there with some little pictures and some words versus watching me on video. Hope this video was helpful for you. I absolutely love being here. Hope you're all doing well. I will see you in 2 weeks. Here's to being human, everyone. Talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.